$250,000. That's what the average Australian retires with, and it's nowhere near enough. Imagine you've just turned 67. It's your retirement day. The cake's on the table, and your super fund sends you a letter with that exact number on it. Is that enough? I want you to actually sit with that question for a second, because most Australians have no idea whether $250,000 is a disaster or a perfectly fine retirement number. Today I'm going to show you exactly what that number means and what you actually need. Stick around to the end. I'm going to give you a formula that tells you your exact retirement target in 30 seconds. Because $250,000, that's the medium super balance at retirement for Australian women. For men, it's a little bit higher, around $350,000. Either way, most Australians hit 67 and find out they're starting the rest of their retirement lives on roughly $200 a week from super. $200 a week. That's less than the national minimum wage for the rest of your life. That's not a retirement income. That's a survival income. And yet most Australians are on track for exactly that, because no one sat them down and told them the number. Quick note before we get into the numbers. Everything in this video is general information only, not personal financial advice. For advice specific to your situation, speak with a licensed financial advisor. Now, let's get into it. Here's the gap. The Association of Superannuation Funds of Australia, ASFA, they set the benchmark of what a comfortable retirement actually costs in this country. And they just raised it. Their figure for a single Australian to retire comfortably? $630,000. Not $250,000? $630,000. Let's make this real. Meet Sandra. Sandra is 45. She earns $80,000 a year. Her current super balance is $120,000. She checks her super balance once a year at tax time. The balance is going up. She thinks she's on track. She's not. On her current trajectory, Sandra will retire at 67 with around $380,000. That's $250,000 below ASFA's comfortable target. Sandra doesn't know it yet, and that's the entire problem. So what does comfortable actually mean? ASFA puts it just under $55,000 for a single person. This covers groceries, private health insurance, running a car, 1 or 2 domestic holidays a year. That's comfortable. Not lavish, just comfortable. Now here's the wake-up call. The median super balance for Australians aged 45 to 54, the people closest to retirement, is around $130,000. That red zone you're looking at is close to $500,000 between the typical balance and what ASFA says you need. And every year you don't address it, it gets harder to close the gap. Welcome back. Here's the part most people don't factor in. Retirement isn't the end of the road. It's a different road. Retire at 67 in reasonable health, and you could have 20 years, maybe more ahead of you. Super doesn't just need to exist, it needs to last. And before you think, I'll just top it up with the age pension, let me show you something. The full age pension for a single Australian is over $31,000 a year. Actually think about that. It's not a comfortable retirement, it's a survival income. And here's the real problem. It's means tested. Build up $400,000 or $500,000 in super, and you'll receive a reduced pension, or none at all. The full pension for a single homeowner cuts out at around $322,000 in assets. More super equals less pension. They're designed to offset each other. The system wants your super to be your primary income. The pension is a safety net, not a retirement plan. If this is making sense, hit subscribe. New videos on Australian money every week. And this one is worth sharing with someone who really needs to hear it. So how do you know your number? It's called the rule of 20. Take the annual income you want in retirement, multiply it by 20, That's your super target. Want $50,000 a year? You need $1 million. Want $75,000 a year? $1.5 million. It's based on a drawdown of 5% a year, the rate that keeps your super balance alive for 20 plus years. Not a perfect formula, but in 30 seconds, it can tell you whether you're in the right ballpark. One adjustment? Inflation. We all feel it. Petrol, groceries, power bills. If you're 40 now and retiring at 67, the $50,000 a year lifestyle you're planning today will cost closer to $95,000 then. Inflation erodes quietly and relentlessly. Factor it in. Let me put the full picture on the table. Here's how it breaks down. A modest lifestyle, around $33,000 a year, you're looking at roughly $660,000 in super. Step up to comfortable, just under $55,000 a year. You need around $1.1 million. Want the generous life? $1.4 million or more. And all of that assumes you own your own home. Find your lifestyle on the list. That's your number. Part of a couple? Your comfortable target is around $72,000 a year between you, and you need around $730,000 combined in super. And that sticky note says it plainly. Pension equals bonus, not a plan. Here's your homework. Go to moneysmart.com.au. Link in the description. Use the 3 super calculator. Enter your balance, your age, your salary. It'll show you your projected balance at 67 and whether you're on track. And if there's a gap, an extra $50 a fortnight, started at 40, can add more than $100,000 by retirement. The compounding mass is genuinely remarkable. Money Smart Calculator. Do it this week. Then write down your target number. Stick it on the fridge. Make it your phone wallpaper, because once you know your true number, you can finally build a plan to smash it. Before you go, the 30-second recap. The average Australian retires with around $250,000 in super. A comfortable retirement costs around $630,000. Your number? The income you want times 20. And the age pension is a safety net, not a plan. That's the whole video. Screenshot this bit. If this has given you a clearer picture on your super target, hit the like button. It costs you nothing, and it helps more Australians find this channel. And subscribe, because next week on Simple Money AU, I'm covering how to live off dividends forever in Australia, and exactly how much you need invested to make it work. I'll see you there. Have a good one, mate.